All right, so I travel more than most, which means a few of these things may seem a little out there, at least as of right now, but I promise you, as you get more time in the sky, more time on the road, more time in hotel rooms, a few of these things you'll probably actually eventually start doing. Also, a couple of these are universal, but you may be curious which brands or variations I use. And then lastly, a couple of these are literal lifesavers. I think every traveler needs one. And if you watch this video and do not incorporate one of these into your travels, I can promise you it will haunt you at night. I mean that. And I won't even make you wait till the end of the video for that one. I'm going to start with one of my new favorites. This is a travel router. This is actually a brand new product. I upgraded over an old one. It's a lot smaller, a lot more powerful and portable. This literally fits inside your pocket. This gives you your own private network inside your hotel room. It's great for keeping your internet traffic hidden from the hotel. It also lets you have as many devices connected to hotel Wi-Fi as you want. A lot of hotels, unfortunately, limit connections to 2, 3, 4. This will work around that. It's Wi-Fi 6, it's blazing fast, it takes USB-C power. Most hotel TVs, almost all of them actually, have an Ethernet connection plugged into them. One of my favorite hacks is unplugging that, plugging it into the back of this thing. That way I get the fastest internet possible. So I promise this video isn't all tech, but while I have it out, I'm gonna show you my AirTag. I keep these in every single piece of luggage I have. I typically have them duct taped and hidden somewhere, like in a lining or just up in a corner. I have never traveled with more confidence that at least I know where my luggage is if something catastrophic happens. Now, airlines are not always particularly fond of these. They have their own policies and procedures. They're not the most transparent. They don't like to be proven wrong. But if something does happen, at least you have the whereabouts of where your stuff is. And also a lot of great stories on the internet about people doing their own investigations, their own detective work, and their own due diligence and finding their baggage on their own. All right, a blast from the past. No pun intended. I did these in a Punta Cana video before. Imodium AD, Pepto-Bismol. I will never forget traveling to China the first time without these two. Never again. These are always in my bag. I barely use them anymore. It's because I'm kind of all over the world. But when something goes wrong with the diet, this one is for the import and this one is for the export. So this is one of my favorites actually. Silverware, just a few pieces in a plastic or Ziploc bag. This is phenomenal if you do a lot of airport stuff, if you are in your hotel room a lot, if you do a lot of leftovers or a lot of takeout, or if you're just on the road and you find yourself going to a market or a CVS, but you don't want to have to worry about silverware, or you don't get it, or sometimes you're in your hotel room and there's nowhere to get it. It's like midnight. This will solve all those problems. Just a few pieces in a bag. Again, usually it's given to you, but the one time it's not, you need it the most, this solves that problem. So you're going on vacation and you want to look your best for whoever you're with or in your photos. Whitening toothpaste. I'm over bleaching my teeth. I'm over the trays, strips. I think the light is a big scam. I just use a toothpaste now. It gets your teeth as bright as they can be without any actual whitening process. This is the one I use. It's a Colgate Optic White. I think it has like 5% hydrogen peroxide. This one claims to remove 15 years of stains and nourish your enamel. I'm not sure that's true at all, but I do know it gets my teeth as white as they can be with just a toothbrush. All right, let's see what else we have in here. All right, so this is one I have talked about before, a tumbler. There's nothing like keeping your drinks extra hot or extra cold, no matter where you are. This is great for the Caribbean if you spend a lot of time there. If you go to an all-inclusive, you're able to fill this entire thing up instead of those little plastic cups. So you're getting a larger drink and it stays warmer or colder. So that means more time with your friends or more time out doing stuff and less time at the bar. Also means less tipping. If you're not a big all-inclusive person, no problem. You can attach this to your backpack and you can fill this up at the airport. And what I found myself actually doing more and more, when I'm staying at a chic or cool hotel, I'll go to the gym and I'll have some like really trendy water, whether it's like Chloro water, lemon water, fruit water, water infused with something. I like taking this to the gym in the morning or in the evening, filling this up and bringing it back to the hotel room. This will haunt you at night if you don't get it. I'm gonna show you that right after these. I've been through every single sunscreen on Amazon. Literally, these are my favorites. I'm gonna give you a good, a better, a best, and an ultimate. I'm gonna start with the ultimate, Elta ND. This does wonders for my skin. This is the best I've ever used in my life. These are highly, highly expensive. So I have the stuff specifically for your face. And then I have the one you can use on both your face and your body. I'll go ahead and drop links to all this stuff below, but these two are my absolute favorites. If you don't feel like paying $50 or $60 a bottle, absurd, I know, I have some great options for you. This is my favorite cheap one. This is Neutrogena. I think this is between like $8 and $10. It's the Beach Defense 50. Just look for the Neutrogena in the yellow spray bottle. If you talk to a doctor, most will tell you that you really don't need anything more than 50 if you're willing to reapply every hour. I am. This is great. This is so strong. It protects really well. The only thing I don't like about this one is that it's a little greasy, a little grimy, a little filmy. That's the only drawback of this one. A step up from this would be the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. This is 45. This feels great on my skin. It's light, it's misty. I don't get that grease or that grime, that film feeling. The only problem with this is that it's $15, I believe. So it's 50% more expensive and it's smaller. I feel like I go through one of these a day. So I have to pack like 10 of these on vacation. And a step up from that would be this Dune product. This is around $20 a can, I believe. Don't quote me. I'll put the links to everything below. But yeah, this is like that Ultra Sheer on steroids. So this is one that will definitely haunt you if you do not get it. It's a carbon monoxide detector. There are stories every year about people passing away in their hotel rooms from carbon monoxide poisoning. It comes from like boilers and heaters, and it's porous. It moves through walls and you can't detect it or smell it. And you basically die in your sleep without being able to defend yourself. It's sad, it's scary. It happens a few times a year in American hotel rooms, but a lot more in foreign countries that may not be subjected to the regulations or standards that American hotels are. And don't think because you are staying in a really nice brand in a really luxurious hotel room that it can't happen to you. Au contraire. Just one Google search will show you that it happens in 4-figure-a-night hotel rooms more than you think. This is so small, portable, lightweight, inexpensive, battery powered. It just stays in my suitcase. I couldn't imagine sleeping in a hotel room without it. So I think we all travel with something like this, a variation of this, but this is the one I use. It's a battery bank, it's an Anchor. This is a 27,000. It's enough to power and charge a MacBook Pro, an iPad Pro, and an iPhone Pro all at the same time. I'm always usually pretty good about charging my devices, but the nice thing about this is that I'm not tethered to a wall or to a room. Now I can work literally anywhere on property. So why do I have the expensive Apple cable? Well, it's Thunderbolt 4, which means there's no energy loss from end to end, no matter how long it is. That's critical for me. Also, it's Thunderbolt 4 USB-C 4. I can plug it into the TV, use this as a monitor cable. I can use this to charge my laptop. I can also use this for Ethernet connection. All right, so this is my survival bag, and I've been on the road without all of this and wished I had it. I've combined it into one. It basically is just like little go-to widgets. So a lighter, if you need to maybe fix a shoelace. Some hotel rooms have incense, first aid kit, duct tape. I mean, you never know when you need duct tape. I'm a travel vlogger, so gear goes bad. Might have to fix a suitcase, who knows. A multi-tool. This is a SOG. It puts a Leatherman to shame. This is what the Special Forces use. I keep some spare change in here in case you need to do some laundry at a laundromat, go through a toll. Again, I've been on the road without this stuff and wish I had it. So I just kind of keep it all in a little pouch. It zips up. I keep it in my suitcase. Rarely use it, but when I need it, I'm so glad it's there. Okay, next one is emergency money, $200 to $400. Can be small bills, can be large bills. It can go in your backpack, it can go in your luggage, it can go wherever you want. Just don't put it next to your wallet or in your wallet. It stays separate. This comes out at the end of your trip. When you come home, it's not meant to be spent. It's meant to be an emergency. Anything more than this to me is not emergency money. That's help me money. That's a phone call. But this is if you lose your credit card isn't working in a different country, wallet gets stolen, you have to pay a fine or a bribe or just need to get a hotel room for a night. Whatever happens, this comes with you, doesn't get spent, stays wherever, and comes out at the end of your trip. This is one I get shockingly asked all the time about, and it's my backpacks. People say, what do you do with your backpack? What backpack do you use? Are they waterproof? I'm going to answer your question to all that stuff. So I actually carry two backpacks, but never at the same time. This is my travel backpack. This is with me literally all the time. 40 or 50 pounds. It carries all my necessities, anything I can't live without or afford to lose. I'm not recommend all of you do that, but this is one that's always on my back or always by my side. It never ever leaves my sight. This is one of the best purchases I've ever made in my entire life. I'm typically not a fan of expensive luggage, designer luggage, even though I don't think this is designer. I chew through it no matter what brand it is, no matter how good it is, like a German Shepherd chews through a tennis ball, okay? But this just is indestructible. This is a Toomey. I bought this probably a decade ago for $500. God knows how expensive these are these days. I'm not even gonna look. There's always 40 or 50 pounds in here. It's always packed to the brim, and it just keeps on going. I think it comes with like a 20 or 25 year warranty, and it has held up. It stands the test of time. So this is always on my back or by my side. That thing is a lifesaver. But when I'm out running and gunning, as the kids say, when I'm out vlogging, this is what's on my back. Now this travels completely empty, and it's just a cheap little nylon backpack. And then when I get to my place, it comes out of my luggage, and I fill it up with my daily items, my sunscreen, bottle of water, sometimes like a small little towel. But I couldn't imagine going out without a backpack, especially if you're at an all-inclusive and you're going to the pool or to the beach. What are you gonna do with your phone, your tipping money, maybe like your keys, all the stuff I just talked about, sunscreen, bottle of water? There's no way you could possibly carry all of that. So I just have a nice little small backpack here. It's nylon, it's water resistant. If I jump in the pool, it stays on my shoulder. When I get into the pool, it goes on top of the bar or it goes behind the bar. This one is a Quicksilver. I think I just bought this in a pinch at a random hotel, but I wouldn't even pay for this brand. I would just get a cheap one at Target if I could, but I was in a pinch and I needed this one. But yeah, I couldn't imagine traveling without either of these. So if you're going away for a couple days, a week, maybe 2 even, fitness probably isn't the biggest of your concerns, but if you're traveling constantly and living in hotels all the time like I am, and you eat like I do, you gotta work out on the daily. And if you travel a lot, you know how annoying hotel gyms can be. Usually the equipment is lacking, no two are the same, there's no consistency, the hours are terrible. So this allows me to get some strength training in my hotel room, basically wherever I am, whenever I want. This has been a game changer and a lifesaver for me, at least digitally. This is an iPad. Specifically, this is the newest iPad Pro. These are so thin and light. This has replaced every single computer I have. I just travel with this. I do all my video editing on this, all of my audio stuff, all my work stuff, all my personal stuff. It all gets done on this little iPad Pro. I'm not recommending everyone get one of these. Every iPad is extremely powerful. But now all I have to do to get anything done whenever I want is just pull this out of my backpack. This has changed the way I travel and get work done. And then lastly, this might be the second most important thing I travel with. This is coconut oil. You can use this as a conditioner for your hair. I know a lot of guys use this as a beard oil. You can use this as a skin moisturizer. It's basically an elixir. It has so many different properties and uses. Teeth whitening, the list goes on and on. I got introduced to this when I was in a huge predicament. I had a really gnarly sunburn when I was in the Caribbean for one of my first times, and I just didn't know how to manage like equatorial sun. And it turned into like a rash that was turning into an infection. It got really scary and bad. And I panicked and I just Googled something that was like antibacterial, antibiotic, and coconut oil came up. And on a whim, on a Hail Mary, I just rushed to the local market or pharmacy and I bought some, and within 24 hours, it cleared it up. Now, I'm not recommending everyone do that, but ever since then and doing my research, this has so many different functions. The list really does go on and on and on. I know a couple people that take tablespoons of this daily for like vitality, anti-aging purposes. Whatever the scenario, whatever the use case, I'd much rather have this than not. I actually carry 2 types of this. I carry the liquid and also kind of the solid form in a jar.